Jim Beam continues to roll out ultra-aged whiskey. Now they're rolling out a Knob Creek 21-year, 100 proof small batch bourbon. So, knowing I like the 18, Knob Creek 21-year colored me intrigued. Was I intimidated? Absolutely. Coming in at a $250 price tag, pretty thick. I'm going to mention oak. I feel like we got to talk about the oak. We got to talk about the wood. That is the point of this, to be fair. Boy, that smells like a furniture store I would be kicked out of. Just walking around licking white oak. Like, sir, did you take bath salts? This is just, it's glorious, rich, dark oak, great brown sugars, maybe even like a baked brown sugar, maybe like a nice pecan pie, great caramel in there, great dark fruits, like this nice black cherry. I am kind of going more into more of a blackberry. That's glorious. Great allspice, just a hint of cinnamon, maybe a little nutmeg in there. There's a lot going on, but all of it is just this dark, rich, just tucked behind beautiful oak. Good grief. Okay, that's a lot. That is robust. That is fantastic oak. As it hangs on the palate, this great barrel char, tobacco, cedar, like it brings me into like that kind of cigar box. That black cherry does pull through, which I'm pretty excited about. As it's just kind of sat on the palate, I'm like, wow, you're going through these very earthy notes. Is the fruit going to pull forward? I do feel like it does. I do lose a little bit of the blackberry to where I feel like it goes a little more into your Luxardo cherry, that nice black cherry, and probably more plum. Great vanilla. Do feel like the dark brown sugar kind of died down and it brings me into more of a caramel. So 2 is great. It does have this really initial on the front of the palate kind of jolt of sweetness that kind of does, still sticking with that kind of black cherry, does kind of remind me of like a nice root beer. That sassafras, that just silly sassafras that just tickles you. Love that, just right on the tip of the palate. But there is just an absolute flood of just kind of this deep, rich, sweet, and earth. Mainly coming into those oaks, that tobacco, and that barrel char has a heavy influence. You can kind of see like maybe a chocolate coming out, but overall, that barrel influence is heavy. It's what you would want and expect if you were hunting a 20-year-old bourbon. I'm sure that these are going to influence each other, but there is a lot more bright sweetness coming out, which is not what you would expect in an 18-year-old bourbon. Vanilla, caramel, a little honey. It does lose the fruit. Man, that cherry and blackberry is wild. It is so nice. That's delicious. More of a maraschino cherry. I could see a little more orange zest coming out. I do feel like that 21, that extra 3 years is an absolute different animal. And it's really fun to see the side-by-side at the exact same proof what that difference is. That's a different animal. Scoring-wise, on the Knob Creek 21, that is a dynamite pour. I'm gonna go 88.